So, Attorney General Merrick Garland struggling to answer this question on the DOJ's handling of the Hunter Biden probe.
Have you had personal contact with anyone at FBI headquarters about the Hunter Biden investigation?
I don't recollect the answer to that question, but the FBI works for the Justice Department.
I'm sorry. You don't recollect whether you've talked with anybody at FBI headquarters about an investigation into the president's son?
I don't believe that I did.
Wow. Here to react, Fox News contributor and George Washington University law professor Jonathan Turley. Professor, as someone that used to be a private investigator for a defense counsel, I know that line of questioning. I know when someone says they don't recollect, they're trying to avoid perjury, right?
Well, you know, this was really a part and parcel to the whole hearing, Lawrence. I mean, it was clear the Attorney General came with the intent not to answer any questions. And basically his message was go pound sand. You know, I'm not going to give you answers to these issues. And this is why the Department of Justice under Merrick Garland is at one of its lowest levels of trust with the public, is that he refuses to answer any of these questions, even as things are sort of falling apart. You know, you just had an embarrassing sweetheart deal for the president's son fall apart in open court after just an hour. You have even liberal commentators referring to the unholy mess of this investigation. And yet Garland continues to object that people don't trust his department. It's sort of like a captain saying, you know, the beatings will continue until the morale improves. You know, staying the course is going to simply further sort of separate the public from the Justice Department. There's a lack of trust there, and there's a reason for that.
Are you surprised, Professor? I mean, he was almost on the Supreme Court. He was supposed to be a moderate, someone that was apolitical. We knew once he became a political appointee in the administration that there would be some politics. But I mean, this is an issue of credibility going on with the judge now.
Yeah, Lawrence, I think that's right. You know, when Garland was appointed, I actually applauded his appointment. He was a respected judge on the D.C. Circuit. I liked the fact that he was a moderate, that he could reach out to both sides. I've been terribly disappointed with his time as Attorney General. And this hearing really shows it. You know, what the Attorney General was describing himself as a virtual pedestrian within his own department. He kept on saying, well, other people make those decisions. Even things that were raised 2 years ago, he said, I don't know anything about that other than what I watch on the news. Well, you're the head of a federal agency before Congress here to answer questions. But the really weird thing is his lack of curiosity. You know, he talks about how this now special counsel went to California and D.C. and said, we have a major tax case against the president's son we need to file. And they said, we're not going to help you. And then Garland just sort of shrugs and says, well, you know, he could have tried to do it on his own, instead of asking, why didn't they want to help him?
That's why I don't buy it.
U.S. attorneys say
I don't buy it.
Right?
I just don't buy it, Professor. I mean, he was a respected federal judge. They ask questions. They're very strong. This is someone that used to be a prosecutor. The fact that he just became clueless as Attorney General and doesn't ask questions when he gets briefings every single day, I'm just not buying it, Professor. But, you know, you've been doing this longer than me.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the problem. I mean, you got the feeling like he had just been given a tour of the Department of Justice and only knew the basics. You know, he's been in office for a long time, and he's supposed to be managing that department. And I'm afraid that hearing confirmed what a lot of people suspect, is that he's not very hands-on. And the result is that the department is drifting, and it's drifting in the wrong direction.
It's so true. Professors, thanks for taking some time with us this morning.
Thanks, Lawrence.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.